Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to Kingston. Kingston is a small town and locality of 19.07 kilometres square in the rural Shire of Hepburn in Victoria, Australia, located just off the Midland Highway, about 10 kilometres distance from Creswick to the southwest, about 20 kilometres to the west of Daylesford, and 127 kilometres or 79 miles northwest of Melbourne, the state capital. The Dja Dja Wurrung people are the traditional owners of the district of Kingston. Kingston's postcode is 3364. And Kingston was once the thriving gold mining town during the Victorian Gold Rush. An 1876 report in the Argus details the gold rush at Kingston when valuable gold deposits were discovered beneath the basalt in the area at a reachable depth. It records how by the mid-1870s, many workers in the Kingston mines had even transported their entire homes and houses to their location. Now, just before we do the walk around, I'll let you know there is a lot of wind noise from time to time, and also I'll include further historical facts and details when we fly the drone. So please enjoy the sights and sounds of Kingston. So here we have the sign to Kingston, and a little bit further there's a gentleman training his collies, which is quite interesting. There's two memorials here. We'll have a look at both. This one's from the Shire of Creswick, and it's the Avenue of Honour, a tribute to our men and women who served in the Great War. So this is the First World War, and the trees were planted accordingly. You can probably see it down there. So they go all the way around from when you first enter the township, and I'll go this way so you can see some of the countryside. It's very beautiful. It goes all the way through the town. So the whole town is really the Avenue of Honour. There's another plaque there. We'll have a look at that. So here we have the other plaque at this intersection, and it states that the Kingston Avenue of Honour, this Avenue of Honour was planted in 1918 by the local community for the Creswick Shire, with each tree predominantly Dutch elm representing a local enlisted serviceman or woman. It is one of more than 200 World War I avenues planted in Victoria, and it is heritage listed, so that's fantastic. So here we are at the Kingston Showgrounds. So I'm assuming it's an annual thing. There is a lovely old stand up there, and I'm guessing an oval to parade livestock. And what I might actually do is we'll get the drone up and just do this location. The gate is locked here. But there is a suggestion that you can come through, but at your own risk. Continuing with the history, most of the mines in the area were owned by local farmers and residents of Kingston or Creswick, who kept the yields of their claims confidential. A flour mill was built in Kingston in the early 1860s. A school was opened in the Mechanics Institute at about the same time, and nearby Spring Hill, an Anglican school was opened in 1857. Kingston was also the administrative centre of Creswick Shire until about 1948, 14 years after Creswick Borough had been united with the Shire. Kingston was fortunately situated with good agricultural land, which suffered little disturbance from the gold mining except to its west. The railway line from Creswick to Daylesford via Kingston opened in 1887 and ran until 1976. Now, just a quick note, I hope people don't mind me waffling on aloud as we go back to the town and we check out some of the buildings. It's just the way I am. I have a tendency to waffle on, but please still enjoy the sights and sounds of Kingston. So here we are at Kingston Abbey. Now, this church, I do believe I might have some historical photos of it. It's obviously a private residence, so we won't go in for obvious reasons. and it looks like it's been extremely well maintained. It's a beautiful looking church, and this particular tree in front of it is even more fantastic. It's just, what an awesome looking tree this one is. I would say this tree's been here since day dot. There you go. Wow, what a tree. I'm not sure if you can see the actual church between the tree branches, but it is a beautiful looking church. Definitely a resident, maybe even just a Airbnb, but I'm not 100% sure. But it is, the grounds are immaculate. The building looks absolutely fantastic. Now, we're at the Shire Hall for Creswick. It's built in 1911, and it is in the township of Kingston. It is a private residence now, but it's great to see that it's in great condition still. That's great. There is a bus stop directly opposite the Shire Hall. But I somehow doubt buses come here anymore. Not 100% sure, but I doubt it. It's just another angle of the old Shire Hall. I do like the coat of arms. They're on the top left and right hand corners, and it does show a sheep, some what looks like gold mining utensils, like a pick and a shovel, some grapes, and the bottom right hand corner looks like a grain harvest of some sort. So it's sheep, grapes, grain harvest, and a shovel and a pick for gold mining. So between the hotel or the pub, there's this building and the Shire Hall. So this, well, I don't think it's a bank because it's got a residence built in. I think it's got something to do with the Shire. It doesn't seem to have a very formal entrance. It is a private residence now, so that's fantastic. So the heritage continues. I'm hoping I have an older photo of this to give me an idea. I don't think it's a bank or a post office, but you never know. So that's just me speculating and once again talking aloud. But she's in really good nick, and it's good that someone's bought it and maintains it and lives in it. So here we are at the Commercial Hotel of Kingston, and I can tell you by their notice there is an international photography held from the 1st of March to June 30th, 2024, so it's still active. It all depends when this goes to air, my video. Actually, it probably won't go before June 30th. What I try to do, just to keep everyone enlightened, is I try to keep a month or so ahead. So the hotel is open. It's not open at the moment. It's just after, let me see, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning, but it is a place that does open. There is free Wi-Fi here. Now here's just another angle of the hotel. I'm just sort of hiding behind this tree because the sun is quite bright, and as you can see, they do have a swap for gas cylinders. And trying to avoid the sunlight. Now I am going to guess and say this is some sort of school. It could be a church, just by the design of it. So it could either be a relatively newer church, and when I mean new, I'm sort of 50s or 60s in design, but it also reminds me of what some of the country schools look like, the small ones. But I don't know, I'm just speculating. It is in private hands. I'm not sure what it's being used for, but it is cordoned off, so you can't really walk onto the property at all. And it seems like a large open space that I can see through the windows from this distance. I don't want to get any closer. It's boarded off. It's not abandoned. And it looks like someone's trying to fix it all up. I do like the old lights on the corner of the building, which sort of suggests it could be a church or a school. There is a large rock. I don't know if you can see it in the middle of the screen right now. We'll go have a look at that, see if it's a plaque or not. Now, there is a plaque in the centre of the street, and it was a plaque that's on this stone. It's called the Centenary Tree. What I'll do, if you want to pause it and read it all, by all means, that's why I'll just focus on that, but I will just make mention that this tree also recognises the services of the Light Horse Brigades. Many regiments and their mounts were drawn from the Creswick Shire. So that's interesting. So a lot of the horses came from this immediate area. That's fantastic. Also worth noting, it says that during World War I, the community used the hall that we've just seen to farewell district soldiers and nurses, and to welcome home those who returned. Unfortunately, it did burn down in 1982, and it was replaced and then sold in 2003. So that's quite interesting. So here we have another building that very much looks like an old church. That is, once again, it's privately owned. It is someone's residence. It's not abandoned at all, and it's in good nick. Wow. So it's good to see that some of these old buildings with a lot of history and heritage are being kept in good order. I'll get another angle for it and we'll continue on. So here we are at another angle. Unfortunately the sun's to our left, so to stop the glare I've sort of got to try to hide in the shade just to get the right angle. So there you go, that's another church in the township of Kingston that's being utilised by a private person. Now I can tell you that there is a number of vacant properties for sale. So this is land only from what I've... Oh, there's no... Actually, I correct myself. There is a few houses for sale, but there's also land for sale. So if anyone's looking to do a country lifestyle change to retire or just get out of the rat race, or you're in one of those unique situations where you can work from home, then this might be the town for you. So there is a pub, and you're not too far away from, I guess, other larger townships, so it wouldn't be much of a problem. I don't believe there is a bus that goes through here though, so if you were or had to commute at least once or twice to the CBD of Melbourne or to another city, regional city, you'd have to make your way to, say, at the nearest train station or bus stop that is working and operating, to go from there. But it is a sleepy hollow, it is farming land, and you've got some spectacular scenery. Now there are quite a number of historic homes here. They're very old, and I imagine some would be on the Victorian Heritage Register. Here's one that's been fixed up. Now to me that looks like a hotel or something similar, because if you look at above the door, it's got that plate, or like where you'd put a sign up telling you what the business was. This could be the post office, no idea. And also the house next door is another heritage looking thing, which is just fantastic. I like the corrugated roof. So here we have a house that's well and truly in need of some sort of renovation. I would say this is one of the houses that was built when the town was found. She is a beauty. Needs a fair bit of work. The front fence is a little bit in need of attention, but the main bones to the house are still there. This would be a great project for someone to do. I'm guessing it's owned by someone. Unfortunately, the windows have been broken. The tree is really sort of putting a lot of weight on the roof. But I can tell you the bird life absolutely love it. I'll see if I can go to the front door and bang on it, but I doubt anyone's living here. But you never know. So no, there's absolutely no one living here. There's no power to the property. And she is slowly being consumed by the elements. It's a bit sad, but it is what it is. It's, as I mentioned earlier, it is, I think it's, you know, you can salvage this place. But then again, when you look through the broken window, people have stripped the floors. But that could be because they were rotten and it needed new footings, but who knows. So there you go. It's sad to see these homes, but it really takes someone special to buy them and bring them up to some sort of livable condition. So as we can see, there's a nice LED light. Look, it is due for repairs. Not sure if it's for sale. There's no for sale board at the front. It could be a project for someone and it's about to start. I don't know. But what a beautiful house. Oh. Yeah, no, look, that's all new. Or relatively new. I think someone's made an attempt to renovate it. And for whatever reason, they've stopped. But what a great opportunity for someone. Or it still is for someone. That's great. Fantastic. We won't go into it. It's obviously a work site that has stopped. And people are trying to make a go of it. And for whatever reason, they've stopped. So here we have the Country Fire Authority, or the CFA's office for Kingston. Now there is 2 bells there. I'm going to have to give it a bit of a ring and see what happens. But we'll just do it gently so we don't get all the volunteers racing out this way. I've decided not to give it a ring, only because it could be that if it is rung, it will bring out the residents and the volunteers. And it is early. And only now I'm noticing some of the people waking up or making noise, and farm tractors starting up. Now, I might have mentioned that the other building that we saw was a school. Now, having seen this building, I'm more inclined to think this is the actual school. It is in private hands. This definitely looks more like a school. It's got the flagpole. It does not look like a church. It's definitely not a post office, because it looks just too nice and too big to be a post office. So I'm assuming this is the, and I'm only assuming once again, that this is the actual school, or the primary school for Kingston. I'll get another angle of it from the other side, but I definitely believe this is the school. So yes, so this has been really well looked after. It's in great shape, it really is. And it's a relatively big school for a relatively small sort of a township. I'm not sure what the population was back in the day. I love the old gate. I don't know if we can see that. Check out that gate. What a beauty. Somehow that's been, not sure. I'm not sure if they actually had gates like that for a school, but you never know. There's another side to the building. There is a fire going on as there's smoke coming out of the chimney, but what a great job. Whoever owns it, how lucky are they? But what a beauty. It's just terrific. I'm just looking at the brickwork and all the bricks. There's no cracks, there's no nothing. It's in terrific shape. I even like the moss growing on the tiles. So yeah, so there you go. Very nice. There could be even a little property at the back. Could be an Airbnb, not sure. I do like the hedge to the side for privacy. Just give you a quick look. It's got the old sort of chain link fence that you'd sort of see at a school, but then it's got all the ferns growing on it. So whoever's looking after the gardens is doing a great job. And once again, another magnificent tree on the property that must have been there since day dot. Also worth noting that suggests this was a school is the curb. It actually has a it's the only part of the street in Kingston that has a curb. Nearing the end of this video or presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it also inspires you to maybe come out here, or those who might be looking for a country change to get away from the large cities. This might be an option for you. And if you did like the video, by all means click on that like button or that thumbs up icon, and please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.